Daughter coughs in sleep. He can't afford her medicine. Auto repair shop, night. The buzz of a flickering fluorescent light fills the air. Oil coats his fingernails like dried blood. A half-burnt cigarette trembles between his lips. Some hands build castles. His kept engines alive. Barely. Clothes on. Rafe, mid-40s. Heavy with sweat and silence. Wipes grease from his neck. His overalls are stitched, not branded. His boots crack at the toes. Rafe murmurs. 12 hours. One radiator. $40. Still owe 50. The sound of distant laughter. Other mechanics are done for the night. Rafe isn't. He checks his phone. A missed call. The screen is shattered. The name, Dia, Angel. Taxi cab. Lateref slides into the driver's seat of a rusted yellow taxi. The engine coughs before starting. Like it too is tired of trying. Radio dispatcher, VO. Rafe, you're late again, man. Boss says don't come back tomorrow. He exhales. But it's not surprise. Just another door closing, Rafe, softly to himself. All right, guess it's just the shop now. Small apartment, night. The lights are dim. Bills are stacked like unanswered prayers on the kitchen table. The fridge hums louder than comfort allows. Rafe tiptoes past the sleeping form of DIA-8, curled in a blanket too small. A model car rests beside her. Hand-painted red. DIA, coughs, wheezing, kurr. He freezes, kneels. Rafe whispers. I'll get your meds, baby. I promise. Just hold on. He opens the bathroom cabinet. Empty. He shuts it slowly, with trembling fingers. A father's silence is often heavier than his words. But the sound of Dia coughing lingers. Mechanic sees a "Help Wanted" sign at a luxury car showroom. Small apartment. Early morning soft. Yellow light seeps through frayed curtains. A kettle whistles on the stove. More steam than tea. Rafe sits at the tiny table, staring at two envelopes. One marked, Final Notice. The other, Dia's prescription. He sighs, folds both, and tucks them into his toolbox, burying them beneath rusted wrenches and broken bolts. DIA, OS. Daddy? Rafe turns. DIA, still coughing lightly, pads in with messy braids and sleepy eyes. In her hands, a sketchbook with tire marks on the cover. Rafe, smiling softly. You're up early. DIA, grinning. I dreamed about the engine again. The one with butterfly doors. She opens her book. Hand-drawn blueprints. Not childish scribbles. Precision, passion. Rafe. You made these? DIA, I want to build one. Someday. Red, like yours used to be. His smile falters. Rafe. Quiet. You will. You'll build better ones than I ever fixed. Hallway. Lateref slips out, toolbox in hand. As he walks past a row of shuttered storefronts, he pauses. A sleek silver sign gleams in the morning sun. Now hiring, Prestige Motors. All positions, through the glass, suits, heels, marble floors. Not his world, but he stares a moment longer than usual. She dreamed in engines. He only knew how to keep them running. He adjusts his collar. Rafe, to himself, can't hurt to ask. He walks toward the door, oil-stained hands tightening around the handle. A luxury customer stares at him like she's seen him before. Prestige Motors, main lobby, day-polished marble. Soft jazz, every surface glows. Every cent is money. Rafe stands awkwardly at the front desk, boots squeaking on the spotless floor. His stained jacket looks darker under the chandelier light. A receptionist, 20s, acrylic nails, fake smile, eyes him from head to toe. Receptionist. You're here. For what exactly? Rafe. The sign said, all positions. Thought I'd apply for janitor receptionist, smirking. Maintenance enters through the side door. This is for guests. A man in a suit walks by, sniffing without subtlety. Suited man, muttering. Smells like oil and yesterday. Rafe clenches his jaw but doesn't respond. Receptionist, condescending. I guess HR might have a moment. Sit there, but not on the white couch. Please. He takes a seat on the hard bench, eyes lowered. Around him, polished shoes click like judgments. He wasn't afraid of hard work, but shame. That was harder to carry. Moments later, a woman in an elegant trench coat steps in. Pregnant, calm, magnetic. A soft hush falls across the lobby. Rafe notices her. Their eyes meet. She freezes, a flicker of recognition. Then curiosity. Pregnant woman. You. Before he can respond, a man from HR appears, waving him over with paperwork. HR rep. Let's see if you even qualify. Sir, Rafe follows quietly, but the woman's gaze lingers, watching, puzzled. Sometimes the past walks into your future, wearing heels. She panics. Her water breaks in his back seat, city street. Night rain taps softly on the windshield. The city blurs in streaks of orange and blue. Rafe's cab rumbles along a dim road. One headlight out, wipers squealing. He rubs his eyes. 14 hours on his feet, and the night's just begun. Some nights don't end. They just blur into the next sacrifice. He pulls over near a dim bus stop. A figure waves frantically. Taxi. Moments later, a pregnant woman slides in. Breathless, soaked, clutching her stomach. Woman Union Hospital, please, quickly. Her voice is calm, but her hands tremble. Rafe nods, starts driving. Rafe. You okay? Woman. My driver bailed when I started groaning. Said he didn't want a lawsuit. Rafe, quietly. You won't get that from me. A beat of silence. She studies him through the rear-view mirror. Woman. You smell like grease. Rafe mechanic by day, cabbie by desperation. She smiles faintly, despite her discomfort. Woman. You always this poetic with strangers? Rafe. Only the ones having contractions. They both laugh, briefly, until her expression changes. Her breathing sharpens. Woman. Panicking. Oh no. No. I think my water just broke. Rafe glances in the mirror. Panic creeps into his eyes. Rafe. We're 10 minutes out. Woman. I don't have 10 minutes. She grips the handle, eyes wide. In a city full of strangers, destiny often hails the unexpected. Rafe swerves onto a side street, his hands trembling. She asks, Why didn't you just take me to the ER? He replies, I couldn't afford the fuel. Taxi. Rainy side street. Night. The wipers thrash violently as thunder cracks overhead. Rafe pulls the cab under a flickering streetlight, heart pounding. Woman, screaming. It's coming. Oh God, it's coming now. Rafe fumbles for his phone, realizes the battery's dead. His breath quickens. Rafe, trying to stay calm. Okay. Deep breaths, miss. I'll call for help. Woman, grabbing his arm. There's no time. Just help me. He looks around. No hospitals. No people. Just rain. When life gives you nothing, sometimes all you have is courage. He removes his jacket, spreads it across the seat. His hands tremble, grease-stained and terrified. Rafe. All right, I've seen this in movies. You push when I say, woman, crying. You better know what you're doing. Rafe, half smiling. Ma'am, I fix engines. How hard can this be? A scream fills the car. The storm outside roars louder. Moments blur. Her hand crushes his. Her tears mix with rain leaking from the roof. Woman. Weakly. I can't. Rafe, firmly. You can. You're stronger than this night. Push. A single cry pierces the chaos. Then silence. Then another cry. Higher. Alive. Rafe exhales. The baby lies wrapped in his jacket. He hands the newborn gently into her trembling arms. Woman! Teary-eyed whisper. Why didn't you just take me to the ER? Rafe looks away, voice low. Rafe couldn't afford the fuel, and yet he paid in something far greater. She offers him a ride to the dealership. He refuses small clinic. Don Rafe waits alone on a bench outside the clinic entrance, drenched, exhausted, his jacket stained with blood and rain. The woman exits, cradling her newborn. She's cleaned up, elegance returning to her stride. She approaches slowly, wrapped in a wool shawl, eyes fixed on him. Woman. You waited? Rafe, shrugging. Couldn't leave you stranded twice in one night. A beat of silence. Woman. My name's Mara. Mara Ellis. He looks up, faint recognition in his expression. Mara, you were at my dealership. Yesterday. Rafe stands, stiff. His lips part, but no words form. Rafe, you own Prestige Motors? She nods. Calm, not gloating, just watching. Mara, I wasn't sure until I saw your hands. Same oil stains, same look in your eyes. You remember me? He nods slowly. Rafe didn't expect you to remember me. Mara, hard to forget the man who caught my baby like an engine falling apart. She steps closer. Mara, softly. You saved us, Rafe, deflecting. You would have been fine. I just got lucky. Mara. No, Mr. Rafe. Just Rafe. Mara, you have a gift, and not just under a hood. She reaches into her coat, hands him a clean business card. Mara, come by. Let's talk. No pressure, Rafe, gently returning it. I appreciate it, but I don't belong in places like yours. He walks toward the rising sun, hands shoved in his pockets. She watches him go. She was used to men asking for deals. He was the first to walk away from one. Daughter sees a newspaper photo of the woman. She's famous, small apartment, evening. The apartment glows golden in the fading light. A pan of soup simmers. Dia sits cross-legged on the floor, drawing again. Her tiny fingers smudged with pencil dust. Rafe kneels beside her, eyes softer tonight. He's finally home before sunset. DIA. You didn't drive tonight? Rafe. Nope. DIA, blinking. Did the taxi break? Rafe, smiling. Nah, I quit. She gasps. DIA. But how will we? Rafe. We'll figure it out. I missed too many bedtimes. Too many sketches. He tousles her hair. Rafe, gently. You're more important than any meter. She smiles. It's the first time in weeks she looks safe. Some fathers buy toys. Others give their time. The rarest gift of all. Kitchen. La Turif washes dishes, lost in thought. His eyes flick to the wall. A ripped calendar, overdue bills, and a faded sticky note. Submit Dia's school forms, someday. He exhales, lost in the word someday. DIA-OS, excited. Daddy. Look, she runs in with a folded newspaper nearly torn, on the front page. Mara Ellis donates to City Clinic after surprise birth. Photo. Mara, radiant, holding her baby. Standing beside the same cab Rafe drove. DIA, whispering. That's the lady who gave me crayons. Rafe lowers the dish. The past wasn't knocking. It was already inside, waiting to be seen. Rafe stares at the photo, silent. Still, unsure. Knock at door. A delivery from the woman. A new sketchbook and crayons, small apartment. Night rain drums hard on the tin roof. The ceiling groans, worn and waterlogged. A steady drip. Drip. Drip lands in a cracked bowl on the floor. Rafe kneels by the window, stuffing old t-shirts in the gaps. It's a losing battle. Some homes leak from the roof. Others leak from the heart. Bedroom. Same time. Dia sleeps curled on her side. Her sketchbook on the windowsill beside her pillow. Forgotten. A drop slips through the cracked seal. Plop. Then another. And another. The paper swells. Pencil lines blur. Pages wilt like drowned dreams. Living room. La Tarif steps in with towels and finds her sobbing softly on the couch, her sketchbook open in her lap. Ruined. DIA, barely audible. I worked so hard. It was the car with wings. Rafe kneels in front of her, swallowing his guilt. Rafe. We'll fix it. I'll get you a new one. DIA. You always say that. He looks away. Rafe. Whispers. I know. A silence heavier than rain settles. Apartment door. Next morning, a knock. Rafe opens the door. No one there. Just a brown paper bag on the steps. Inside, a brand new sketchbook, a full set of colored pencils, and a note in neat handwriting. For the girl who sees what others miss. M. Some repairs cost more than money, but not all gifts ask for thanks. Rafe clutches the bag, eyes misting. She offers him a mechanic position at her dealership small apartment. Afternoon. Rafe stares at the sketchbook on the table. Still unopened, still untouched. His phone vibrates. A new message. Unknown number. Coffee? Just 1 cup? M. He sighs. Deletes it. DIA. OS. Was that her? He turns. Dia leans on the door frame, arms crossed like a little grown-up. DIA. The lady who gave me the sketchbook? Rafe. Yeah. DIA. Quietly. You should go. He hesitates. Rafe. Why? DIA. Soft smile. You look better when you come home with a story. Neighborhood cafe, later small table by the window. Rafe sits with his cap in his hands. His jacket is clean. Barely. Mara walks in wearing simple clothes. No designer anything. No baby this time. Just herself. Mara, smiling. You came, Rafe. Low. She made me. They sit. 2 cups between them. One silent tension. Mara, why won't you let anyone help you? Rafe. Defensive. Because help always comes with a receipt. She watches him. No argument. Just honesty. Mara. Not this time. She reaches into her bag, slides over a folded offer letter. Mara. I need a real mechanic. The guys downstairs fix numbers, not engines. Rafe doesn't open it. Rafe. You think I saved you, but I didn't. Mara. Soft. You did, and now I want to return the favor. With dignity, not pity. A long pause. Rain taps gently on the glass again. Rafe stares out the window, then at the offer letter. Some bridges are built not from favors, but from mutual cracks. He fixes an old, unsolvable engine. Impresses her, silently, Prestige Motors. Basement garage. Morning. The luxury dealership's underbelly smells of steel and sarcasm. The fluorescent lights hum over a row of pristine tools. Untouched by real work, Rafe steps in, toolbox in hand. His name tag hangs crooked. Rafe, probation. 2 mechanics, both in pressed uniforms, watch him from behind a cherry-red sports car. Mechanic 1, mocking. Look who the queen dragged in. Mechanic 2. Better hide the silver wrenches. Rafe says nothing. Just walks to the farthest workbench and sets down his tools with quiet care. Some places smell like polish. Others reek of pride. Garage. Later he's assigned to a rusting classic. Left in the corner like a forgotten child. Mechanic 1, snickering. That one's been dead longer than my marriage. Good luck. They walk off, laughing. Rafe slides under the hood. His fingers move with muscle memory. Delicate, deliberate, garage. Afternoon, Mara enters, clipboard in hand. She pauses. Rafe is alone, shirt damp with sweat, sleeves rolled up. The classic car's engine suddenly coughs. Then purrs. He steps back, chest rising. Just for a second, he lets himself smile. Mara, softly. Nobody's touched that car in 5 years, Rafe, not looking at her. Guess it missed being seen. She watches him, not as a charity case, but as something solid. The other mechanics peek around the corner, eyes wide. Respect isn't asked for. It's earned, quietly. Mara jots something on her clipboard, nods once, and walks away. Rafe turns back to the engine, hands still inside the machine. Daughter asks, "Do you like her, Dad?" He has no answer. Dealership. Service area. Morning Rafe wipes his hands as Mara walks past with 2 coffee cups. She sets one gently near his station. No words, just a nod. The other mechanics exchange glances. Mechanic 1, whispering. "Second cup this week. That ain't coffee. It's flirting." Mechanic 2, smirking. Maybe he's her charity project, or her weekend project. Their chuckles echo louder than the wrenches. Rafe hears every word, but says nothing. Just keeps working, his jaw tight. Some insults don't land because they're wrong. Others don't land because they've been heard too many times before. Apartment. Night Dia sits cross-legged on the floor, scribbling with new crayons. Rafe folds laundry nearby, quieter than usual. DIA, without looking up. "Do people at your job like you?" Rafe shrugs. Rafe. "They don't have to." DIA. "Does she like you?" Rafe looks up. She meets his eyes, completely still. DIA, softly. "Miss Mara." He opens his mouth, then closes it. Rafe. "I don't know." DIA, smiling. "You smile when you say her name. Even when you're not saying it." Rafe chuckles, uneasy. Shifts the laundry. Changes the subject. But her words linger like music that won't stop playing. Even children can see things that grown men avoid. She covers for him gracefully and announces promotion. Hotel ballroom, evening, crystal chandeliers glow overhead. Waiters in white gloves pass champagne on trays. A banner reads, "Prestige Motors, Innovation in Community Leadership." Rafe stands stiff in the corner of the stage, a borrowed blazer too tight at the shoulders. The microphone waits. So do the eyes. Narrator, VO. He was raised among engines, not speeches. Applause wasn't something he'd ever earned. Only gave. Mara, poised at the podium, introduces him. Mara, warmly. And now, someone whose hands speak louder than any resume. Rafe, scattered claps. He steps forward. His breath catches. The room spins. Rows of polished faces, expensive watches, lips sipping quietly. Rafe, barely audible. Thanks." Silence. He looks at Mara. She nods. Rafe, straining. "Engines are like, they don't lie. You listen. You fix." His throat closes. Not fear, shame. He sees his calloused hands trembling over velvet linen. Whisper from crowd. "Who is he, again?" Rafe, stepping back. I shouldn't be up here." He turns. Mara rises, calm as ever. Mara, smiling at crowd. What Rafe won't say is, he saved a life this year. Not with money, not with clout, just with decency. A murmur runs through the audience. Mara, firm. That's leadership. And as of today, he's our new lead technician. Applause erupts. Rafe doesn't smile. Just stands frozen. He hadn't spoken. But somehow, she had said everything. She follows him outside, angry and confused. Dealership. Backroom. Next morning, Rafe stands by the break room coffee pot, alone. The machine gurgles like it's struggling too. Mara steps in holding a folder. Inside, his promotion contract, benefits, salary, a future. Mara. Thought I'd catch you before you ran again. Rafe. Quietly. I didn't run. Mara. No, you froze. And then vanished. She places the folder on the table between them. Mara. You earned this, Rafe. Not because you saved me. Because you fixed what 3 techs couldn't. He stares at it. Doesn't move. Rafe. They'll say I got it because of you. Mara, let them talk. Truth doesn't need applause. Rafe, no. But pride does. A tense beat. Rafe. Softer. I'm not used to being seen, Mara. It makes people ask questions, questions I'm not ready to answer. He turns, leaves the folder untouched. Dealership parking lot. Moments later, rain sprinkles the pavement. Rafe walks toward his rusted car, each step slow, as if every step away from the building is a weight he carries. Mara, OS. Rafe. She chases after him, heels clicking fast. He turns. Mara. You're really going to walk away? Rafe, with quiet ache. I can't afford to feel like a guest in my own job. Mara, angry whisper. So you'd rather stay invisible? He says nothing, just opens the door and drives off. Sometimes dignity costs more than any title, even more than silence. You reminded me of the man who raised me. That's why I stayed. Mara's office, night the dealership is closed. Quiet hum of cleaning crews in the distance. Mara sits alone in her office. The lights dimmed, a photo frame in her hands. She dials a number. Rafe's apartment. Continuous. Rafe's phone buzzes on the kitchen counter. He almost ignores it, then answers, Rafe, flat. Hello? Mara, soft. I didn't always own the dealership. A pause. Mara. My father did. He was a mechanic, just like you. Ran the place with cracked fingers and a crooked spine. Flashback. Mara's memory. Visual montage. A younger Mara sweeping floors under greasy cars. Her father handing her wrenches, teaching her how to listen to engines. The day he died, the dealership almost sold. Mara, VO. I wasn't the daughter investors wanted. I was the one who smelled like carburetor oil. Back to present Mara, on phone. I rebuilt it, but I never forgot who laid the foundation. Rafe, quietly. Why tell me this? A long pause. Mara, vulnerable. Because when you walked into that lobby, eyes down, hands shaking, you reminded me of him. Another beat. Mara, choked whisper. You reminded me of the man who raised me. That's why I stayed when you ran. That's why I keep reaching out. Sometimes what we run from is the only thing that truly sees us. Letter arrives. Full scholarship for the daughter apartment. Evening. The living room is warm. For once, peaceful. Dia sketches at the table, tongue poking from the side of her mouth. Focused. Rafe watches her from the doorway. Arms crossed. Quiet pride in his eyes. Rafe, smiling. That one got wings? DIA butterfly doors. Like the future. She flips the page. There's a full blueprint. Red car, labeled parts, bold lines. Rafe, half teasing. Where'd you learn all that? DIA from you. She slides it aside and opens a new envelope. Mara's dealership letterhead. DIA, casually. Miss, Mara helped me submit these to that art school you always talk about. Rafe blinks. Rafe. You what? DIA, proud. Applied. For real this time. She said my designs were ready. He kneels beside her, overwhelmed. Rafe, softly. You didn't need permission? DIA? You already gave it, Dad. Every time you stayed up late and fixed our world. A knock interrupts. Apartment door. Continuous. Rafe opens it. No one, just a white envelope on the step. The seal reads, New York School of Automotive Design. His fingers tremble as he opens it. Insert. Letter. We are pleased to offer Diana G. full scholarship. Tears rise. He turns to Dia, holding the letter like a trophy. DIA, giggling. Guess I got accepted to the future. Some fathers build empires, others build bridges. To someone else's dream. She walks in with coffee and says, Need a partner? The sign outside reads, Second Chances Auto, family owned, city block, morning light. The sun rises over a remodeled brick building. Beside the polished glass of Prestige Motors now stands a modest, freshly painted garage. Sign above the open bay. Second Chances Auto. Beneath it, family owned. Inside, the clang of tools, the low hum of an engine being tuned. Not rushed, not stressed, just right. New garage. Continuous Rafe, in a clean navy jumpsuit, adjusts the timing belt on an old Camaro. No bosses, no whispers. Just work and purpose. Framed sketches line the wall. Dia's cars. Red, winged, impossible, yet real. He didn't climb a ladder. He built a bridge. One oil-stained plank at a time. Garage. Laterra small bell chimes. Mara walks in, holding 2 coffees. Dressed casual, hair tied up. Her eyes scan the place. Warm, proud. She holds 1 cup out. Mara, smiling. Need a partner? Rafe chuckles under his breath. Takes the cup, Rafe, without looking up. Depends. You any good with carburetors? Mara, grinning. Only if I get to name the cars. They both laugh. Unforced. Easy. Garage. Same time outside, Dia tapes a hand-drawn open sign in the window. Behind her, Mara and Rafe stand side by side. 2 stories stitched together with bolts, sketches, and unsaid gratitude. Some engines don't need keys, just faith, and someone who refuses to give up, even when it's easier to walk away. Mechanic gave up his taxi for a pregnant woman. She owned the dealership.